Oh, well, we have a good question. Our final question is from Mike. A few months ago, I wrote in about how the swing has improved the way my low back and hips feel. I have a very athletic brother who does not respect the kettlebell swing. Okay, what exercises does he respect? I mean, they're exercises. Okay. He does not see the value in it as a strength builder or as a tool to promote a cardiovascular health, as he is a big proponent of zone 2 training. Can you talk some sense into this brother of mine? No, I can't. No. And this is a lesson I've learned, my friend Mike. I'll go to parties and people will say, I'm 67. I got that wasp thin waistline, those barnyard wide shoulders. I'm just messing. And people ask what I do, and I'll say, well, at least one day a week I fast. I don't even get the word fast out. Guess what I get in response? I could never do that. I eat vegetables every meal. Oh, how do you do that? It's impossible. I walk at least half an hour every day, usually 45 minutes or more. No way. How do you find the time to walk? I'll tell you how you find the time to walk. Stop watching stupid television. But, what do I know? Trying to convince people of anything, I just got to retire from it, Mike. I just have to retire from it. Listen, I'm a big believer in the kettlebell swing. Years ago, I called it the fat burning athlete builder. And you'll find that phrase in a lot of Pavel's books. You'll find it in a lot of other sources, because I like the swing. Obviously, when Mike Brown and I, if you're not related, you have the same name. Mike Warren Brown and I, we first started doing that 10,000 swing challenge. When we're trying to figure out all these different variations and ways to do it better, I got to tell you, there were some marvelous things going in my body with the kettlebell swing. When I first started doing the kettlebell swing correctly, I got some good advice from people, some good kettlebell instructors. It was Steve Maxwell and Steve Cotter, Brett Jones. I wasn't part of their community yet, but it was really helpful because they gave me some good advice. And I discovered doing the kettlebell swing as well as the kettlebell halo. There was no, I was doing the goblet squat, but none of the kettlebell organizations were yet, because I hadn't yet showed it to them. And I started doing some of these exercises, and it really helped my javelin throw. In fact, there's a famous article over at Dragon Door called the "What the Heck Effect." Well, doing kettlebell swings and halos helped my javelin go farther. Basically, I improved my javelin throw 70 feet. Now, I was a terrible javelin thrower, so don't read too much into it, but still, to go from a 90-foot javelin thrower to 177, I think it was, that's a huge improvement. And the only difference was good coaching from Bill Witt and the kettlebell swing and the kettlebell halo and one or two other exercises I would do. Is the kettlebell swing better than 10,000 steps a day? I don't know. Is a kettlebell swing better than deadlifts followed by a 2-hour walk? Well, I don't know. But if you have a kettlebell and you don't have a situation where you can go on this 2-hour walk, the swing's a pretty good option. I think the kettlebell swing is the cleanest hip hinge movement I've ever done. Now, obviously, as I say that, I'm already thinking about when I'm at certs. I have regressions and progressions. I have a ton of regressions down because not a lot of people can just walk in and do a kettlebell swing because of the ballistic nature of it. So I came out with the Bulgarian goat bag swing, and we do hip thrusts, and we do glute bridges, and we do all these regressions to help someone figure out that position. But to me, Mike, it's like when people say that there's no value in the hip thrust. Well, why? Are you just trying to win an internet argument? When people say there's no value in overhead squats, what planet are you from? Why are you trying? Every exercise has value, done correctly, done appropriately, in a reasonable, doable, repeatable fashion. My knock on line always is that If 10,000 kettlebell swings are good, then 100,000 would be better. If, someone on Jujimufu's site, somebody said about me that here's a guy who can't even do 50 burpees. Folks, if for $1 million, I'll do 50 burpees for you. Heck, for $10,000, I'll do 50 burpees for you. But I mean, who cares about burpees, lunges, these jump rope standards? They're all fine, and if that's what you do and that's what you have, that's great. But the lunge versus the back squat versus the front squat versus the overhead squat, tools. You got to have them all in your toolkit. None is better than the other. It's how you use them. It's why you use them. And it's your ability to coach it and do it correctly and do it correctly repeatedly. Mike, if you need help, I don't know if you guys still have sibling rivalries and get into, if you guys get into a fight over this, please film it. I haven't seen a good Donnybrook in a long time, a brouhaha, if you will. And I know how brothers are. I'm the youngest of 6 siblings, 5 boys and a girl, and listen, if I liked a show, my brother Phil, by law, had to hate it. And if my brother Phil hated it, by law, Gary had to like it, and you just know where this goes. So I'm doing my best to help you and your brother. I think the swing is a great exercise, and I can't convince anybody anything, and I never have been. I just do my best to answer questions.